Hello, welcome to chrysalisdawntarot. My name is Amala, and we are going to be doing a reading today that is a future forecast for the energies of February 2023. I'm doing this one as the last in a series of forecasts from December through the solstice, December solstice through, and we have a cat walking right through. Say hello. Hopefully she will not burn her tail. All right. So let's continue. And I also provided a reading for January, and then now here's the February reading. So if you haven't checked out any of those other readings, just to give you a bit of a sense, there's it felt like there's some major completion to some old energy and some old cycles, and things being cleared up and revealed to end confusion and the ending of any cycles where there's any vamping off of your energy that are really seems to be for a lot of people completing itself during the solstice, through the end of the year, and through the early part of January. Okay, and it may be for some people, it may be a little bit later into January as well. These are just kind of giving you rough time frames on the energies for the collective that I'm reading for. And in my pre-meditation for this reading, I was feeling a completely new free energy for February that was so much lighter and really detached from these old cycles. And it was feeling very playful, very free. It was a lot of things really starting to fall into place in terms of prosperity, new opportunities, new cash flow, travel. For some people, there's going to be travel to meet up with a romantic partner and to be exploring that connection. Some people are going to be exploring their ancient heritage here. Specifically, for many people watching, their Lemurian heritage, their ancient Lemurian bloodline and roots. It's and it's not going to be in a way that's heavy or difficult. Like, everything felt really nice, really light, and just kind of like a sky's the limit energy. And I don't say that in a way that is greedy or excessive or ungrounded. I say it in a way of just like nothing weighing you down that's not of you. No more karma. Like, it's really moving into true love and Dharma and peace and prosperity. And it's really yummy. Okay, so I'm gonna chime my beautiful bowl here to call on the Most High, and we'll pull some cards to get a little bit more insights on February energies for the collective. ya konia sia sha koya koya sina satai kai siteria papariana siniria sha katiani nihia ko sayani sitiaka koni satia posati nei sasatia kosea kania si satiokoya. Thank you, Father. We call on the Most High to bring in words of great wisdom, to bring in the light from the throne of God, to bring in our Heavenly Father into beautiful union here with our sacral chakras, with our root grounding into beautiful Mother Gaia, bringing forward a beautiful union of energies, truths, and wisdom for the entire collective, for the highest good, peace, and prosperity of all beings. Hallelujah. Let's get into the cards. So, we're going to pull from one of my personal decks first. I always get guided about where to pull from, like really impromptu in the moment. And I just gotta trust it and go with it. So sometimes I wish I could be more premeditated than that, but this just seems to be how I roll. So I love it. Right on the cut here. I knew there had to be a reason. I normally don't do light language right at the intro. That's what, after I was singing, I was doing light language if that was new to you, which provides you with codes that help to heal your chakras and activate them and activate your divine blueprint. And right on the cut here, it says here, rest, meditate, receive light codes and light language. Your gifts and divine blueprint are being ignited. Yeah. And then enjoying a bit of the sweet life will rejuvenate you and your dreams. And that was that nice holiday energy I was feeling coming through. It was really, there was a whole lot of sweetness going on. So especially if there's some sort of really nice stuff happening in romance for you. So let's get deeper into it. What does the collective need to know? It might be a little steamy for some people. There is like a sexual feeling card, suggesting that there needs to be a solid foundation. There is something a little bit floaty about these February energies. I don't want to say totally ungrounded, but it is a little bit floaty and dreamy. So just be mindful of that. That it's going to be important to do put a little extra care into grounding, because when there's all this yumminess, it's easy to get swept away, and you just want to stay kind of somewhat balanced, without pushing away beautiful blessings. So, all right. Your cells are holding density and ancestral DNA that wants to be released. Breathwork and light language, please. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, so the light language is so important right now. And you are going through a big healing of heavier, older ancestral DNA that was keeping you more in the third and fourth dimension, and now you're moving more into the fifth and sixth dimension. And so part of what allows you to move into that new experience is basically activating higher aspects of your DNA that have been dormant up until now from your star-seed heritage, and kind of turning off some of the more 3D ancestral aspects of your DNA from your parental lineage, from your biological lineage, that are no longer serving you. So definitely doing breath work as well as the light language is going to be really, really helpful. And if this is, something new to you or foreign to you, it's really a good idea to get help with getting these codes downloaded by others who are very fluid channels for various dialects of light language, especially for a lot of people like Lemurian, would be really important at this time. And the breath work, there's a lot of breathwork practitioners that can help with doing certain techniques that are going to help you to release past baggage. So, and you may feel intuitively called to do certain things, but it might be a good time for like a little workshop or two to facilitate this this healing and this clearing. And as I said that, like, yeah, it's this vacay is like really important, because I feel like you're going somewhere that's spiritually attuned and that's really supportive, literally in the landscape, but with the people wherever you're going. It might be some kind of a retreat place, or you're going somewhere where there's going to be other people there that are like-minded, that have complementary healing abilities, gifts, and skills. And it's going to be like a very restorative and activating experience. It sounds, honestly, it's feeling very heavenly. On the bottom of the deck, it says, "Oh, she glows. A trip to the spa or some at-home pampering is in order." This card keeps coming up like crazy. Yeah, I'm going to take it. And then underneath that, it says, "Someone is missing you and wants to return to your life. Can you start anew with a forgiving heart?" And this is that romance I was feeling here that wants to come in. And then underneath that, it says here, riches, time, health, money, and love and happy relationships are yours. You earned it. See, this is all this beautiful blessing energy, good energy, yummy energy that I was feeling in the pre-meditation. Like everything is coming together for you. And if you're concerned about how this is all going to work, there is going to be some sort of a financial gift coming towards you to facilitate this next step in your journey. So right now is the time to start thinking about how you can be open to receiving that financial gift. It's really, really, really nice energy. Let's get a few cards from one of my other channeled decks. So, what else do you need to know? I will probably release something myself with light language to facilitate people through this time, which I'm pretty excited about. Also, a lot of song came through in the pre-meditation, like light language coming through as song, and a lot of like ancient Lemurian song, and how that also connects to the songs of seashells and how ancient Lemurians worked with seashells to bring forward certain oracles and divinations and certain vibrations and tones, harmonic tones, that were important to maintaining a certain connection with the ocean, a certain vibration in the ocean, just like how the sonar that whales give off is important to sending out certain healing and clearing vibrations in the water. And a lot of these tones and vibrations used to be a lot more potent because of there used to be a lot more whales in the ocean, and also there used to be just a lot more sea creatures in general. And in ancient times, there was, because of the close connection from the Lemurians to the sea, and the mere creatures and the mermaids. There was a very intuitive connection into how to work with the frequencies of the water with love and intention and consciousness to clean the water and keep it pristine. So there's a lot about that whole energy as well. It ties into this spa energy of working with water and song and shells in ways that are very healing. So it did specifically come through in the reading to be going to places that are deeply connected to the ancient land of Mu or of Lemuria. And the more I get into this reading, the more I'm like feeling very, very convicted that it, from 90% of you or more, would be one of those locations for where you'll be heading. Okay, so just before I even get it, can keep shuffling, it says right here on the bottom now, heavy emphasis on your love life at the moment. Everything else will work itself out in time. And that's that yummy energy that I was feeling of this loving connection, which, for many of you will be blossoming on a trip together, on a time out together. So what else do you need to know for February here? Yes, good bit of health. Ascension codes are activating your genes to express your highest potential. So this is just a really big confirmation of a lot of DNA, divine blueprint coming forward at this time. And this is going to bring forward more longevity. It's going to also deactivate anything in your system from your ancestry that would want to come in onset, coming into later life, like dementia, high blood pressure, or any list of things that may exist in your family. A lot of that is going to be deactivated, and you're going to go through a youthing process where your health is restored. There'll be some work happening in the blood as well, and there's going to be a lot of work happening in the amygdala to create a bit more of like a anything is possible, clean slate kind of consciousness perspective that's will prevent your mind from sending out signals that contradict or that counter what, from an ascension perspective and from a galactic perspective, wants to happen to your DNA right now, which is all new. So I hope that makes sense. And if you need to listen to that part back just to get that message more clearly, just wind it back a little and play it over. Okay? Let's get a few more here. What else do you need to know for February? Okay. It says, fallen angel, someone around you has lost sight of their true nature. God wants to reveal their darkness to you. And this is falling right under this someone is missing you, wants to return to your life card. Can you start anew with a forgiving heart? And on the bottom it says, you are so beautiful to me. Let them gush on you how much they love you and the reasons they do. And even, oh my gosh, it goes deeper here. Every little thing she does is magic. My heart wants more and more. So there is some warning here that somebody around you is, what's the right way of putting this about their energy? I'm just more specifically, they're not for you. And I'm hearing they're not for your career going in the direction that you want it to, or that your higher self is feeling called to. So, because again, they're just reminding, the third card underneath there is about DNA, right? Ancient memory awakening, ancient bloodlines revealing forgotten truth, starseed activation of primordial DNA. And what was I saying about this, about DNA? Like, whoever you're going to be having this really yummy connections with in romance and with friendships with like-minded people, you're going to be connecting with this community. They're people that are going where you're going. They're people that are activating their DNA the way you're activating, or they've already done it, and they're helping you elevate there. So, but there's some energy around this. Is somebody who's kind of wanting to insert themselves, and it's gonna hold you back. They're, because of some choices they've made, they're still in their shadow. They're not there yet. Okay? And they want to hold on to you. Okay? And so they're going to pour themselves a little bit on you to pull at your heartstrings, to pull on the past. And I'm feeling that a lot in my sacral chakra. So they're and I spoke about a big healing of the sacral chakra that is important to resolve with these old trauma bonds and energy vampire type unbalanced connections. And what it feels like is, for some of you, because I was feeling like, generally speaking, this energy for a lot of people is really, really getting resolved in January. But it just feels like for some people you need to hear that this could drag on a little bit into February. And if you allow it to. And there's just so much beauty available to you here, and this is right in the middle of the reading. It just wants to cut right in, and I really don't like seeing that, because it's splitting you in two. It's splitting you from coming together into this divine union in a way. And I felt that in the solstice reading, that this energy really needs to get cleared out and cut away and closed for you to be able to really have this new partnership and this new romance. So again, we're releasing all of these readings now, like basically leading up to and at the very beginning of December, for a reason, to be able to look at it all together so that you can have some broader perspective about everything that you really need to be taking into consideration and making wiser choices now because of what's available to you in the near future, to make the most of it and to not miss any opportunities that are in your highest good and the highest good of all involved and all beings. Okay? Just pull this over a little bit. Okay. So, are we pulling any more from this deck? We're going to pull some tarot. Okay. I think this just goes like that. I'm going to pull from the psychic tarot. So, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 11 of Pentacles, 12 of Pentacles, 13 of Pentacles, 14 of Pentacles, 15 of Pentacles, 16 of Pentacles, 17 of Pentacles, 18 of Pentacles, 19 of Pentacles, 20 of Pentacles, 21 of Pentacles, 22 of Pentacles, 23 of Pentacles, 24 of Pentacles, 25 of Pentacles, 26 of Pentacles, 27 of Pentacles, 28 of Pentacles, 29 of Pentacles, 30 of Pentacles, 31 of Pentacles, 32 of Pentacles, 33 of Pentacles, 34 of Pentacles, 35 of Pentacles, 36 of Pentacles, 37 of Pentacles, 38 of Pentacles, 39 of Pentacles, 40 of Pentacles, 41 of Pentac collective need to know for February in their highest good and the highest good of all beings? What do they need to know in their highest good and the highest good of all beings for February? Okay. You've got the Temperance card. Let's put a few more. Triumphant success, which is the Ace of Swords. Energy. Really nice that Nine of Swords is on the bottom there. So there's a huge victory about healing this ancestral DNA that was causing mental conflict and worry and stress and fear. And like I was saying in the pre-meditation, everything felt really light and much more playful. So there's a huge ending to a way of thinking that was stressful and heavy and causing a lot of burden based on the old paradigm. And you're moving into like this much more Edenic 5D and above playground, and so it's a huge blessing, and so it's allowing you to heal from a lot of that mental stress and conflict. Yeah, it actually came right out as I said that, which is a massive confirmation. And the breath work and the light language and all this self-care and this pampering and spying and sunning is going to help with all this a lot. Okay? But you need to be patient with the process, because none of this stuff, happens overnight. It takes time. From experience, this stuff takes time. So, it's almost like it can become like a job, like a part-time job in terms of the amount of investment that goes into it. But it's your purpose to do it, and you're helping the galactics to ground. I'm hearing like etheric cords of light into the atmosphere, and they just said, and your legacy, your destiny will not be forgotten. So, and it's so interesting that they said that. It just was, first of all, it was like so unexpected that they would say that right now. But also, sometimes I feel like when you do a lot of this work, you think like it just feels so intangible sometimes. You wonder like if anyone is ever going to recognize or appreciate the work that you're doing. And I think a lot of people just avoid the call because it's compared to a 3D Earth life where you go to school and you get certain education and you get certain training depending on your degree. I mean, I took a professional degree at school, so it was very straightforward in terms of moving from a professional degree into a job where I could, and examinations for professional designation within the realms of architecture, right? And in my case, and so you invest a lot of yourself, but then you go and like it's really straightforward that like you're gonna get some sort of employment, and there's some sort of tangible securities of some kind offered through that, right? I mean, maybe more so with if you become a doctor or a lawyer than an architect, but within the 3D world, architecture has its own level of career satisfaction because of how it also blends in a certain kind of creativity and service that is can be quite rewarding from my experience. So all that to just say, because it's not, the point is not to get deep in that conversation for its own sake, but to just use it as an analogy, right? None of those guarantees are offered when you're investing in developing your genetic potential and your divine blueprint for the galactic ascension of Gaia and of humanity. Like, it's not there. You're guided by God, you're guided by higher beings, light ships, people watching over you that exist in other dimensions, who they honestly can read your thoughts. A lot of them are way more advanced than you are, and yet they can't really communicate with you directly on your level, right? Because there's been such a dimensional gap, and it's just like, it's a whole totally different paradigm, and it's a complete walk of faith. And I would say in that regard, like, I know for myself, there's a lot of parallels to the journey that a lot of people have experienced on a Christian path and the hardships of being a warrior for Christ, and the faith that's required, the blind faith that's required in that path, to this path of being more like a galactic warrior in the galactic wars to awaken and free Gaia back out of spiritual quarantine, is the best way to put it, and back into galactic citizenship. So it's, it's requiring a totally different state of mind, a totally different frame of reference, and you're having success with that here. You're having success. You're liberating your mind from the old paradigm. You're liberating it from these deep ingrained beliefs that certain tangible actions in the 3D world are going to get you the results. And allowing a lot of miraculous occurrences to begin to, I'm seeing like sine waves, like work through your field, work through, really starting to allow the quantum to work through you to shift things in your visible reality in a way that makes everything feel more malleable, is kind of what they're showing me, than how it did when you were more into 3D, or you could call it like the Matrix if you want to. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal what's going on. And what's been holding you back, it's been holding your consciousness and your perspective back, is opening up for you here. That was a lot. That was a lot. I was not expecting such a channeled message to come through, but it wanted to come through. So let's get a few more cards for what you need to know for February. Crown chakra. Oh, that is just so juicy, coming up right next to that Ace of Swords. Yes, but this is like what I'm saying, like they're just jibber-jabbering to me right now, through my crown chakra, and I feel like this is like really opening up for all of you watching this in the near future. So, and this is going to be really supportive of all of these blessings coming in, all of these riches, where it's going to be providing you with this ability to call in and receive this health, this time, this money, these happy aligned relationships. Because because you're hearing your higher self and God clearly, and that's allowing you to be able to say yes to the right opportunities and no to the wrong ones. And through that discernment, God and these higher beings can bless you. So now we have here on the bottom emotional withdrawal. Okay, so this has to do with this person, this energy from your past. I feel like you're walking away from it here. I feel that this awakening to a higher level of clarity is helping you literally to, take that sword of Archangel Michael and just cut away how this person was keeping you stuck and keeping you worried and up at night, not knowing. There's always just some level of confusion. And it's just, I just heard the word battered. So somebody felt like really battered by this situation. And it feels more like an emotional battery than a physical battery, just to clarify. But feeling emotionally beaten up is still a serious condition. It is. And underneath that we've got that spiritual strength, which is like a 9 of Wands. Like, it's taken a toll. It's made you strong, but it's taken a bit of a toll. So, but I feel like you kind of know what to do here, and I feel like you're coming out on top, is what I really feel. So what else do you need to know? What else do you need to know? Yeah, love begins. This is what I'm saying. So, I mean, first, I feel like a lot of you are really getting into the right energy for partnership. Some people are going to be having some success here in a new partnership with 2 aces coming out. It speaks to successful partnership, especially with this Riches card. It's talking about these happy relationships. And then for some, like I said, where this energy with this toxic relationship from your past, where there is some energy vampirism going on, where things were imbalanced, where there's tainting your ability to really fully align and come into your higher self and your purpose. That if that is still lingering a little, what's happening is you are finally stepping into this heart healing for this new beginning, and you will in the near future be having all this success in relationship as well. So there's 2 different groups that I'm addressing here with this that are all essentially part of the same collective, but some people are just a little bit ahead and some people are just a little bit coming up on their tail with these transformations. Okay, so do you need to know anything else from this deck? Yeah, this heartache and loss is coming to a close. There's a few light seers that want to come out. So what do you need to know? What do you need to know? What does the collective need to know? Your highest good for the month of February. Very nice. So we've got 2 queens. We've got this Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups, okay? So this Queen of Swords is, I feel this is you being logical about what needs to be cut out of your life, and also what you need to do to elevate yourself here. We got 10 of Wands on the bottom, and this is a walking away from difficulties and burdens. And it can also specifically mean going on a trip to lighten up. And like I said in the premeditation, it was all about this super, super light, happy rainbows energy. So, and I just heard again, elevating your status, elevate your status. Queen of Swords, also in my mind, I was reflecting on this earlier today. I think she's probably second to the Ace of Swords in my mind, the second most positive sword card in the whole deck. She speaks to, first of all, she's air and water, right? So she's still connected to emotionality. And so she's in the upright, she's got a balance of head and heart going on in a way that is masterful because she's a queen. And with this, combination of Ace of Cups, Crown Chakra, Ace of Swords, this is being directly connected to the Most High here. And through having, walking away from something, you're getting all this clarity. And here you've got this Queen of Cups with it. So there's a lot of emotional fluidity, clarity, mastery, but not in a way with this Queen of Swords where you're going to be so emotional that you're just taking somebody back into your life that no longer belongs. There's discernment here. There's hearing the truth, hearing the word of God, right? God is going to reveal more about why this person from your past doesn't belong in your life here. If you haven't already resolved this, some people watching this have already resolved this. So just take it for how it resonates so that you can fully move forward here. It's really positive. Honestly, it's really, really positive. And I think that this is just coming up because there's some people within this collective that are just needing to kind of fully finish this up along with everybody else so everybody can move forward more together, okay, within the collective. So that's the reading. Please, if you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated, like the reading. It will help get the message out to more people. Please subscribe to help me grow the channel so we can get these messages out to our whole collective. And it means the world to me. I love you. Thank you for your support. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box. And I look forward to getting your feedback, getting your comments about how this reading resonated. I will be back again with more readings soon. Please check out the other forecast readings. Check out the recent element love readings that I put up as well. And I will be glad to hear your feedback on those as well. Sending you lots of love, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.